Monday, the start of the work week, and I just finished writing out all my to-dos for this week. So let's go over what I want to get done. So my main focus this week is going to be on my upcoming market, which is on Saturday. So I've got 5 days left to prep for that. I don't need to prep any more physical items because I do still have a ton left over from my previous markets. What I do need to do though is organize my market bin. So that is my first task that needs to be done, reorganizing my market bin. And that means taking out all of my summer, spring products and replacing them with my more fall, winter products. The next thing I need to do is update my market price signs because again, I will have a few newer items and I need to make sure all of my signs from my last marker are still in good shape. The next thing I need to get done is content for this week. So I need to record some more shorts. I've got, I think, 2 days worth of shorts, but I need to continue recording for the rest of the week. I like to kind of bulk up my recording, get a bunch done in one day, rather than having to record every single day. It's a little easier for me. And the last thing that I need to do is finish editing the YouTube video for this week. So those 4 things are absolutely need to be done this week. Once those 4 are done, I do have a few other things on my list that are kind of if I have time, if I feel like it, if I can handle it. So the next one is about my Gunter the Penguin pattern. If you guys saw my previous video remaking my patterns, I made a mini version of my Gunter the Penguin pattern. So this is him. He is super cute. He's just a mini version of my original. I've taken pictures of all of the steps and edited those pictures. Now what I need to do is take pictures of the final Gunter and then actually design the pattern on Canva. If I end up getting that done, I'll put a tester call out this week, but I'm not expecting to be ready for that until next week after the market. If I have time, I would also like to record my tutorial for next week, which is supposed to be my pumpkin pattern. So the plan is to release a free version of that over my Instagram and then release a tutorial here on YouTube on the same day. So if I'm able to get that recorded this week, that's awesome. If not, I know I have time next week to get that done. The last thing on my list of to-dos is a birthday present from my friend's kid. Their kid is turning 1 in 2 weeks. So I've got a couple weeks to get a present done for them. So if I have time, I'd love to get that started. I'm not exactly sure how long it's gonna take, so it's a little difficult to time out when I need to start that. But I would love to get a little bit of work on that done this week. But again, my market and my content does take priority. So those ones are to do if I have time. So that is my goals for this week. I'm going to start out with getting my content done for today and then probably start working on my market bin. Alrighty, I have finished reorganizing items that I'm keeping in my market bin. I decided I am going to bring all of my summer tops just because this is the last outdoor market I have of the season, so it's the last chance for me to really have my clothing rack. So I figured if I'm going to bring it, I might as well bring it full. So I kept all of those in, but I did take out all of my bucket hats and some of the coasters that just haven't been selling and are just kind of taking up space. I replaced it with my beanies, my cat ear beanies, and some ear warmers. So we've got 4 of the cat ear beanies here, a few different colors. We've got 4 ear warmers here. And these are all the beanies that I'm bringing. I've got 6 of them. I did pull out 2 from my pile that I'm not bringing. One is a black one with pom-poms because that is my hat. I don't know why it was in the pile of other ones, but I made it for myself, so I'm keeping that one. And the other one I took out was the red and black stripe beanie because I want to give it to my cousin for Christmas. So everything else though is in here and ready. I also added my fingerless gloves and my fingerless arm warmers. So that's all good. I lint rolled all of the items. I always lint roll all of the items before they go in the bin, and then they stay in the bin in between markets to keep them as clean as possible. But that is all the items that I needed to finish prepping for the market. If I end up making anything else this week, like that'll be fine, I can bring it, but I don't need to. Once I add all of these stuffies, this bin is as full as possible. So hey guys, it's the next day. Yesterday I was able to get most of the market prep done that I needed to do, which was just reorganizing that bin. So that bin is done, organized, and ready to go, which is awesome. I also got all of the content ready for this week that I needed to get done, so that is great. I've posted all the content I needed to post today as well, and I finished editing my YouTube video. I've got it uploading to YouTube right now so I can do the final touches and get the thumbnail ready, but other than that, it's all done. So I'm feeling very, very productive so far. I did wake up with a really bad pain in my arm here today. It feels like I just have like a giant knot right there. It is very painful, but I believe that's because I started working on my friend's gift last night, and I'm using a very, very tiny hook. The pattern recommended using a 2mm. I'm using a 2.5. This is what we've got so far. So this is going to be a triceratops for the front cover. I can't remember if I mentioned, but I'm crocheting a baby book for their baby because their baby is turning 1. I'll put the pattern designer in here, but so far this pattern is incredibly well done. Like, amazing. The pictures, just the explanations, everything that's included, it's really, really well done. But this is what we got so far. See those tiny little stitches, like, oh my god. But this was like 2 hours of work yesterday, so based on that, I don't know if this will be done in time for the birthday party. I hope it will, but if my arm continues to hurt how it's been, I won't be able to finish it, because if I did, I'll probably injure myself, which is not good. So what I think I'm gonna do for now is work on my Gunter the Penguin pattern. I really would love to get that out for testing soon, and like I said, if I finish the other things that I have to do, that's something that I can spend some time on, and it's not gonna hurt my arm much to do that, so I think I'll rest my body for a little bit while working on that pattern. The next day. It's already about 8:30 p.m. Because I did spend the last couple hours with my brother because my mom was out, so I haven't been able to get any work done yet today. The only thing I've gotten done today so far is I did take pictures of my Gunter the Penguin, my mini Gunter, which is great because I can get those into my pattern now, and I can set up my like tester call information and everything. But yesterday I had a pretty productive day, got a lot of progress done on my penguin pattern. I made progress on the gift for my friend, and I made progress on the skirt that I've been working on. I don't think I've shown you guys this in this vlog yet, but this is the skirt I'm working on. The length is good. Currently I'm adding these little tiers, these layers. I'm just trying to make it have some more dimension and make it more ruffly, just more textured. So I'm making progress on that, which is great. I didn't work on this too much though, because by the time I sat down to work on it, I was having a lot of pain in my arms and hands, so I worked on it for like 15 minutes and then I stopped. I did also play Minecraft for quite a bit last night. Lately I've been getting into the gaming a little bit more, which is pretty unusual for me. It's not something I typically go towards as a hobby, and especially just with the chronic pain I deal with. I'm typically not that comfortable playing video games, but I've got a bit of a better setup now. So I played Minecraft for like an hour yesterday, which is a lot for me. So that was fun. But like all things I do, I have to take breaks pretty often so that I don't end up injuring myself. So I just have to make sure I don't get like too into it and lose track of time and then end up hurting my hands a lot. But my arm on the other hand is feeling a lot better. Still pretty painful here, but it's not like super painful to the touch. It's like just a little bit sore under the skin now, but the majority of the pain that I was feeling there is gone. So that's great, which means that I can crochet a little bit more today. Again, still trying not to overdo it, but you know. All right, it is 10 o'clock and I finished what I needed to get done. I completely finished my penguin pattern. So it is all ready to be tested, which is awesome. It did not take as long as I thought it would, so that's great. I also drafted up the post I'm going to do tomorrow for the tester call and the reels that I'll be posting, so didn't even plan to get that done, and that's already done, so that's awesome. I also finished the last things that I needed to do on my YouTube video, got the thumbnail ready, and it's all scheduled to post at 3 p.m. on Friday, so awesome there. Since those things are done and it's only 10 p.m., I'm going to attempt to record my pumpkin tutorial tonight. I usually prefer to record my tutorials at night anyway, because that's when it's the quietest in my house. During the day, my younger brothers are up and around and they are very, very noisy. And then towards the afternoon, evening, all of the adults start getting home from work and it's very noisy. But once the kids are in bed and the adults are away in their rooms, then it is nice and quiet, which is the perfect time for me to record. And it looks like I have just enough yarn to make this tutorial, so I'm really hoping it actually ends up working, because if I ran out of yarn, if I lost yarn chicken while filming a tutorial, that would suck. But I mean, cross my fingers, it'll be enough. It should be. Hey guys, it is Thursday. Yesterday I was able to finish filming the entire pumpkin tutorial, so I'm super happy with that. I finished recording it at exactly midnight, which was perfect because that was my goal. So it took just under 2 hours to film that, which makes sense because it takes just over an hour to crochet one pumpkin. So that is all done, ready for me to edit it so that I can get it uploaded next week. So I'm really happy about that. Today so far, I did finish updating my market price signs. There was only one I needed to update, so that was super easy. And then I checked over the rest of them to make sure that I did still have everything that I needed, just to make sure nothing got damaged at the last market. So the only other thing I need to do to finish prepping for this market is glue the felt onto the bottom of my big chunky ghost. So we'll need to get that done today. But I have finished everything that I needed to get done. Look at all that crossed off. I'm so happy. So since I've gotten everything done that I needed to get done, I want to start making some more Halloween stuff, specifically making the spiderweb top by Passionate Kelsey. She has this really cute one where it's spiderwebs all over the chest area, and then you can do like stripes or a solid color for the body. And I was thinking I could make a white one and then display it on my mannequin, because the mannequin is like a black velvet, and then the white will show up really nice on that. And I think that would be a fun piece because this market is a fall market. We're getting into October soon, so it's spooky season. So I think that'll be a really fun piece to do. Hey guys, it is much later in the day. It's almost 11 p.m. I didn't end up doing the felt on the ghost because I couldn't find my glue gun, but I've still got tomorrow left to do this. That's fine. What I did do was spend the last few hours making this. So this is the spiderweb top by Passionate Kelsey, of course, and it was made in such an interesting way. Like, I could not figure out how all of this stuff is made, like, because it's made in almost all in one piece. Unless you do stripes or anything, you really don't have to weave in many ends, but it was made in such an interesting way, and of course it was a great tutorial as always, because it was a Passionate Kelsey tutorial. But I'm so happy with this. I would love to make a smaller one as well, because this is probably like a medium, so I'd like to have like an extra small or small. And I also want to make one for myself in black because I think that would look really cool. But for now, at least I've got this one for my market, and I think it's perfect on the black mannequin. But that's really all I did today. I just binged season 4 of The Walking Dead, or like parts of it, and season 4 is one of my least favorite seasons, to be honest. I did skip a couple episodes. The episodes focus on the governor really, because I don't like him at all. But that's basically all I did today, is just binge The Walking Dead and make this top. So great day. But I will see you guys tomorrow for day 5 of this week, the last day before my market. Hey guys, it is Friday and I finished the ghost. I added the felt to the bottom here, so now it's all nice and smooth and there's no weird textured gross things there, so it's all nice now. He is all done. He makes a good sound. But this is my chunky ghost. I made him a while ago and I like bringing him to the markets. He's cute. But that is everything that I needed to get done this week. So I finished everything I needed to get done and did some other things that didn't have to get done, but I was able to do anyway. So that is awesome. This is where I'm going to wrap up the video, because For the rest of the day, I'm going to be spending it resting because I do have my market tomorrow, which means I'm going to be up early, on my feet, and very active, so I'm going to be exhausted. So I want to have as much energy as possible. If you guys are interested in seeing a bit more of me, being a little more involved in my channel, or just seeing some behind the scenes things, make sure you check me out on other platforms, TikTok and Instagram. You can find me at CrochetMadeByEli on both of them. I post usually daily on those platforms, quite often on my stories as well. So it's a fun place if you want to be a little more involved. Now, if you guys watch this whole video, make sure you like it if you haven't already, and subscribe to my channel as I post new videos every week and sometimes twice. Thank you guys so much for watching, and hopefully I will see you next week. Bye!